Hi, welcome to part 5 of our 6-part discussion, Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs by Caitlin Doty. Thanks so much for stopping in, and we hope you enjoy.
I have an idea.
Oh boy.
So maybe this is the case for taxidermy in your pet.
Oh my god. I know, I was actually thinking that too. Like,
that's true.
So
I'm just taxiderming it to save it for later.
Right.
Yeah. And do it in like
Exactly.
a laying, like sort of a cute laying down position, like when they're laying down on their stomach with like their paws under them. Like do it in that position, and then they could like lay like on top of you or next to you.
Oh, in the casket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the casket.
That would
could
be
cute.
so cute.
That would be.
That would be so cute.
Or it'd be a funny joke. So say it's not a real paw, but like get a fake one that looks like your the pet.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can do this for me. So find like a fake orange cat paw
Mhm.
and then just like slide it in my casket and have it like poke out from behind my head. Although I'm not going to get buried, but you could like stick it in there somewhere so it looks like it's poking out.
I was wondering where you were wanting it to be, like poking out of your
Behind my-
pocket,
Ooh,
or
it could be
like
coming out of a pocket or
Yeah.
like
I
from
was
behind
like-
my head.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to run away because I had to get the puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, like that.
Aw, yeah.
And
A little taxidermy golden
That's what it-
retriever puppy.
Yes, it feels like a real puppy.
But it's not a real puppy.
It's not a real
It's
puppy.
not a real
It's
puppy.
not
It's not a real
taxidermy
puppy.
puppy.
No,
That's
because it's
not real.
it's definitely not real dog fur, but it's like, oh, we could put that in.
You know, where did you get that from? Like, that would be kind of a neat, like, you get one in memory of your pet, and then maybe you could have
yeah.
that buried with you or something.
That would be a
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea.
That'd be cute.
This is
Yeah,
Melissa's. She got it
actually.
one Christmas from her dad, and I don't know, remember
My
what
dad.
Your dad, yes. It was Melissa's. What did I say?
Oh, that's what
You said my
Your
dad, like,
no, she said your dad.
I
yeah.
thought I said your dad.
Yeah,
It's
my
Melissa's,
dad.
your dad.
Your dad.
Yes.
It's just my dad.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
yes.
Well, it's better than use guys. Like,
Sorry. I just
I was like, well, I didn't say my dad. No, that was a
Just
gift
my
to
dad.
Melissa from your dad,
your dad.
From all of ours, Dad.
except for mine, to Melissa as a Christmas gift.
It's so cute.
It is. It sits in the window a lot. It's getting faded.
yeah, it's soaking up the sun.
It is. That's why he's so sleepy.
We have a couple other like questions from the book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much time we want.
should be good.
Okay. So, oh yeah, one thing that I did want to mention was like the artwork in this book.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally forgot to mention.
Yeah.
did you find that creepy page that I mentioned?
The hair page.
You know, I didn't even
Yes.
look at any of them that close, but I did notice that one. Like,
That one was
when I got
so
to it.
creepy. What page is that on, Melissa?
181.
Yep,
Yeah.
181.
Show that
Yeah.
up close. That is so creepy.
I loved the artwork in there. I thought it
Yeah.
was really clever, and I loved it.
Yeah, I
that
thought
one
so,
didn't
too.
creep you. That was the only one that creeped me out.
I just thought it was
Interesting.
clever.
Yeah, I feel like
It is.
they did have really clever choices of like really clever ideas to
Mhm.
have for these chapters.
And I don't know who did the illustrations.
It should say
Oh, it does say somewhere.
Oh,
it was
Diane Roos.
Roos, Diana
Yeah.
Roos,
And it's Diane, Dianne, with a
with a
accent on it.
mhm.
Mm.
R-U-Z. No, I did like them, except for that hair one. For some reason, that one freaked me out to no end.
Yeah, I didn't get like creeped out, but yeah, I can see it is a creepy thought for sure. Yeah, I really liked how she used she uses a lot of like round shapes in her
Yeah.
artwork, and
Yeah.
it's just really cute.
And it's all black and white
Yep.
and gray. I mean, I really like that.
Yeah.
Nope. That swing one just still creeps me out. Sorry.
No, that's cool. And then I think one of the last questions was about turning bones or just things from bodies, I guess, such as jewelry or trees. And then, like, would you have your, like, I don't know, the creep factor, I guess, of having bone jewelry or
a bone pen.
Yes.
Yeah.
or bone pen, a toe bone pen.
No, not the toes.
Just for tapping.
Yeah. That could be like a stress reliever toy, a little toe. You just
Yeah.
tap it on your desk.
So would the pen like bend, like so you would just be holding onto the top joint,
Oh,
and then
that's
the rest
true.
would like curl over, or
Or
would
I'd probably have like a pin like in
Yeah,
it.
maybe
Yeah.
stick a
Yeah.
pin through it. Yeah.
Or
or would
just,
you put
just
like some sort of like movable thing so you could like change its direction?
Maybe.
I don't know. But I know you can get like your ashes, like after someone is cremated, you can get those turned into, I don't want to say jewels, but into
Yeah.
jewels, into jewelry and
I've heard of
things
that.
like that.
Yeah, like
And,
little pendant hanging.
right, or rings, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't think, I think I don't know if she mentioned, but like having bones in like resin, I don't think that
Mhm.
would be too I mean, it would be weird, but it wouldn't be as creepy as just having like a bone like
hanging off a necklace or
Right.
in a
Like
pen.
like if you could somehow, and I don't like, it's not something I would wear, but like I could see it being a thing, like maybe even just like a little like skull, like a mouse skull or something in resin, and I don't know, like
I mean,
I mean, you
there's
can
some
see the-
cultures that do that. So that not necessarily resin, but just bone jewelry in general. And some of it
Right.
looks
Right.
kind of cool. I wouldn't wear it, but I mean,
I'm not actually like, I think
Oh.
bones are really cool, and I actually have
Excuse me.
bless you.
Mhm.
Some people
I'm
think
the only
it's
one here. I didn't
kinda-
sneeze into my elbow.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay, we won't judge you.
We won't tell anyone.
We're gonna call the CDC.
Yeah. But no, I did find like some deer rib bones along a railroad, and I made it I made like a yarn god's eye out of it, which I think
Mhm.
maybe it sounds kind of creepy, but like, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool.
I think if they're not human bones, that takes a lot of the creep factor out.
That's true. Yeah.
But like well, my mom was cremated, and I actually kind of wanted some of the ashes. And as we read in the book in one place, it's not just ashes, it's like chunks of bone and stuff. And I was thinking, it would have been nice. I really wouldn't have done it, but part of me wanted some of that. And it's like, I could make jewelry out of it. I'm like, no. But
I hear you though. Like,
Yeah.
just something to,
something
Yeah.
that definitely was her.
right.
To be a part of me, I mean, to have on me, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm also glad that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also think about there's where you can take your ashes and you can grow a tree,
Mm-hmm. I like that
Oh,
idea.
and I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'd want the tree to be somewhere that my family could come visit.
Yeah.
So
But
not
that's
where
okay.
you live.
What?
So not where you live.
Apparently, no. Well, it's probably my next question is, but already that I'm going to be cremated, and that I get to live 3 months with each one of you.
So that's a good segue. So these are like general questions that I think are really interesting. And you were wondering, well, not just you, but like, what does anyone feel different about how they would want their body treated after reading this book? And kind of like going along with that is, what are some funeral/death rituals that you might want for yourself?
Go ahead, Ange.
Oh, okay. I don't think it really changed my mind, but it did get me thinking about like, oh, what if you could have someone's skull, or you could have something done a different way, like
Mm-hmm.
sort of got me thinking about things I wouldn't have thought of otherwise. But no, I don't think it really changed my mind. I'm definitely of the thought, if any of my organs or any part of my body, skin, teeth, eyes, anything can be donated to somebody for some reason, then take it all, because I have no more use for it.
Mhm.
And once you've scrapped me for spare parts and they still want to study some part of my body that's left, then give it to them. Like it's fine. I don't feel the need to be buried in a cemetery. I don't care if I'm cremated. If there's some token of something that someone would want to do to remember me, then that's cool. But I feel like everyone is so spread around that to have one spot somewhere, like maybe there's something like buy a brick at a park or something, or a bench or something somewhere like that could be cool. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Nice.
If someone can use my body, then they can have it.
Nice.
How about you guys?
I feel kind of the same on that. Like, once I'm dead, I'm dead. I don't need my body for anything, so do whatever. But yeah, I mean, realistically, I think even now more than ever, like after reading it, like I for sure just don't really care if I am buried or not. Like, I really don't need to be, like, I've always kind of thought it seemed not silly, but it seems like it takes up a lot of extra space for someone that's not there anymore. And yeah, sure, it's kind of a remembrance thing, but you can just cremate me and toss my ashes to the wind. That's fine.
Oh.
I'll be coming back. I'll be going back and, into the earth. Like, I'm fine with that.
Mom?
Well, yeah, if people can use my organs and whatever, even though I have not signed my donor form. I don't know if you guys have or not on your driver's license.
Oh, like, isn't that just a check mark on your driver's license?
Yeah, I've never check marked it.
Oh, I have.
So, and I should, so. But yeah, I've always thought if someone can use whatever parts, and I do want to be cremated after whatever's left is they're done with it. And I want my kids to remember me. So that's why I keep joking about going to each of your houses for 3 months and sitting on your dining room table where you can talk to me every day. I know I'd be shoved in a closet way in the back, but or maybe
you wouldn't.
Maybe you each get little urns with parts of me in there, or I don't know.
That would be better.
Yeah, that would be better.
I would rather just have it for a few months and then send it away. I don't know. Like, I know I said it'd be okay with like a skull or whatever, but like I just
ashes. No way, Jose.
Just be in a cute little container.
I know.
Nice,
I'm changing my mind. I don't want it.
See, yeah, that's
more for everyone else.
I don't want it.
Maybe it just depends whose ashes and whose skull.
I mean, you could sit on the table. It's fine. We don't really eat there, so.
Well, you can put me on a bookshelf.
Like, hopefully
our bookshelf is
just
used for books.
I was gonna say your bookshelves are too full.
Yeah.
It's not just like your rotting corpse on our table.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Like, what's going on with this?
I think that if I had ashes on the table, I don't think I could eat at the table.
Really? Oh.
Yes.
See, I wouldn't mind having your ashes. I would, indefinitely.
We currently have nowhere to stick anything.
Well,
like any flat surface, it has stuff on it.
You can put me up in the attic.
We can just throw you up into the air and make you fall as dust like everything else in this house.
That's true. I just think about my mom had my dad was cremated, and she had his ashes, and she would kind of like in between her kitchen and where her laundry was, she had his ashes on a I don't know what it was, but on something, and she would talk to him all the time.
Mhm.
And so it's like, I just want to be, I don't know, part of your memory that you go by it and you go, oh, Mom.
I already do that enough as it is, and you're not
Oh.
even dead. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, Mom.
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
You
How
never
about
have to
this?
worry about that.
If it wasn't like an urn that could tip over and spill, but like something that was like a block where you're
That's
That's what I was
also-
thinking, a nice square block.
because you know us, like it's
Yeah.
gonna spill.
Yep.
Well, that is true. And then the dogs and the cats will smell it and get it all over.
Yeah, so if it's fine, but it's got to be something that can't be broken, can't be tipped over, can't be spilled.
Oh, that's a
Because
tough
it will happen
call.
otherwise.
Yes, it will.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think this book definitely made me think in a lot of different ways, which is
Oh,
really
definitely.
cool. I thought this is really cool about this came from the putting popcorn in your stomach and being cremated.
Hmm.
She was like, well, what about scheduling a future YouTube post? Like,
Hmm.
now that would be cool. Like, that's
Yeah.
something that I could see myself doing, like scheduling a future post. Not that you'd know, like, you definitely have to set it for a time.
It would be maybe
For
one of
sure.
those things like if you know that you're sick
Right,
and you only have so
Yeah.
long.
right.
Like, you'd probably have to have someone post it for you.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not
But-
sure. I think from what I could understand, it sounded like you could just schedule it and it would just
Oh, I mean,
automatically
you-
post it for you.
Yeah, you can schedule YouTube posts to go out on a certain date.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you don't want it to go out before you're dead.
Right, and that's why I was saying, like, yeah, it would
Oh
either
my
have to
God.
be like,
What? What?
New idea for a YouTube channel. Every week you record a I passed away video and you upload it once a week. And then every week there's a new one because you didn't pass away.
right?
Or, oh my gosh.
And
that's
you could
great.
talk about like what's going on and yeah.
Like, I
Kind
didn't
of like
pass
a
away
virtu-
last week, but this week, in case I did.
Yeah.
Kind of like a virtual diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
my
and
obit
then-
for the week.
Although I wonder if you get less enthusiastic over time about telling everyone
Probably.
how much you love them and miss them.
Probably.
Yeah, a week is pretty excessive, but yeah, I like that. That's funny.
No, but doing your own obituary would be an interesting, I mean, because I've thought about that, because you
Mhm.
see things in the paper and it's like, do you want the ordinary blah, 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 was born on blah, 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 died on
That's
blah,
like
blah, blah.
sometimes the people don't know anything about them. It almost seems like
Exactly.
they're writing them, and it's like, oh, how generic is this?
Yeah, and it's like, if I die, I want people to know what I died from. It's probably something really stupid, so they probably already know, but oh, it probably will be,
Fell off her bike.
Well, that might be it.
Got stabbed by a knife that was somehow laying on the side of the road. Who knows why it was there, but it was, and she landed on it.
that would be it.
Yes.
Hopefully it wasn't me who dropped it.
Turns out,
Yeah.
the person that dropped the knife, carved into the handle, was
Melissa. Oh.
Reform the jails from the inside. But I thought there was a section too about like sky burials, which I thought, I mean, I obviously that wouldn't be a thing, but like if it was a thing, that would be really
Yeah.
cool. Like having like going up on a mountain or like
Oh, and then having the vultures come eat you.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that would be pretty cool.
I'd be fine with that too.
I would
Yeah.
too.
I feel like if I ever get Alzheimer's, like let me wander up a mountain and
Let you
let that
wander.
happen.
Should we take you there and let you wander away?
Yeah. And then the vultures can eat me.
Or the bears or the wolves or
Yeah. Take me to Big Bend. The javelinas can get me.
Oh
They're
yeah, you
they're
guys
like
have
wild
those
boars.
crazy
I know, but
pigs,
they're so
yeah.
cute.
Ugh. They're just there. They're not all over Texas. Well, there are boars, but the
Mhm.
javelinas are specific to that area.
Mhm.
But it's beautiful there.
I think I'm of the same mind though, that I think I would want to be cremated. But I don't know. I think part of me wants my ashes to be buried though.
Kind of like with grandma.
Yeah, I don't know. There just seems, I don't know.
It's like a final. I know, because for
Like a
me,
peaceful.
it was like it put the period at the end of the sentence.
Yeah,
It just kind of
right.
gave a closure,
Right.
and maybe it was because there was a ceremony,
Yeah, maybe.
and so maybe that's what I think people. I
And
mean, because I don't want a big funeral
Mhm.
thingy at the church and stuff. I don't know
Well,
about
see,
the rest of you.
I don't think that you really need to have, like, you can't have a ceremony if you aren't being buried. Like, you could easily have a ceremony at someone's house or whatever. I wouldn't want to
Mhm.
have it at a church either. But, like, honestly, you could have a barbecue in someone's backyard and just talk about remembering or whatever, you know.
Yeah, something like that
Yeah.
would be
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
all
I would.
fine for lightheartedness.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would want to be buried at a, or not buried at a church, but I think I would want a church ceremony.
Mhm.
I think it would be cool too to have like some of the ashes like sprinkled around like a tree.
Mhm.
Like so like some of them would be like around a tree so that like the tree would be like taken in, but then like the rest of them would just be buried.
Nice.
Well,
I
that's
guess
good
that
to know.
makes me
Yeah,
question too, like, do you think that it matters if your body isn't all together?
I don't personally think it like matters as far as what.
Like,
Spiritually,
spiritually?
I don't think so.
yeah. For me, I don't think it matters either. I mean, if God's gonna come and bring everyone out into their
He
full
knows where we
bodies,
are.
He knows where we are. He can put us together. Heck, he made everything. He can certainly put me back together if he wants to.
If he wants to.
Maybe he'll make me younger and thinner, though. That would be,
Maybe.
that's the goal.
Or maybe he will help you to see how beautiful you are just as you are.
True.
Yes.
Aww. Oh, you're so
Mhm.
sweet.
Next question. From Miranda, were there any questions she answered that you guys were curious about, or that we were curious about, before picking up the book? And is there a specific reason why?
So for me, like, two things come to mind immediately. Like, what happens to astronauts, like, if they die in space? Like, to me, that was one of the things that, like, I've always kind of wondered about that anyway. Like, but I wasn't sure if anyone had actually, like, died up there. So I wasn't sure if there was, like, actually, like a response to doing it, like a procedure, you know,
Mhm.
for if that happens. Apparently there's not really. And then also about the real estate agents having to tell you about the deaths in a house. Those two were the main things I was curious about, just in general. Mostly just because I like space and space travel, and feel like eventually we're going to be there where it's more common. And then, as I said before, the husband loves paranormal shit, so the house is haunted. Like,
Hmm.
what about you guys?
I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I hadn't really thought about many questions about death, and so I just kind of went into it with an open mind, like, oh wow, these are all questions I hadn't really thought about, but
That's
I'm
kind of
interested in
where I
knowing the
was at, too.
answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, I kind of did wonder about the crematorium.
Mm-hmm.
and how that actually
Mhm.
worked. But I didn't want to ask anyone because I didn't want to think I was really stupid.
Right.
But but it's like I always kind of wondered how that worked. And
Yeah, like I didn't know that pieces actually, like you said that there were pieces of bone, but then I couldn't remember if she said that they grind those up too
Oh
then
yeah,
at the
yep.
end.
okay,
Yep.
well, see, I think you have
Some
to
of them.
ask for.
Oh, you have to
yeah,
ask. Okay.
You probably
Yeah.
would have. I don't know if they'd give them to you because of the corpse laws,
Okay.
but
Right.
Yeah,
It'd be
so
one of those
yeah.
things you could ask but not necessarily get.
right. And I don't think the ashes are, even though they grind them up, it's not like they're all a fine powder.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So
Yeah.
that one, and then it answered questions I didn't know I had. So
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough, yeah. Were there any like questions that like surprised you, like the answer she gave? Like you thought, oh, this question, okay, I know what the answer is probably gonna be, and then you were like, oh, never mind.
That's a really good question.
I have to look at the cat.
I know, I was looking at
chapters
them
again.
too.
Oh, I like her forward to future corpses of all
Yeah.
ages.
Like I know for me, like the biggest one that I was like, oh, like I was just surprised by the question itself was the swallowing the bag of popcorn kernels and then
Yeah,
returning it.
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
I read
yeah.
that and I was like, that is such a random thing. Like, who the heck would ask that? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Kids are
yeah.
asking these
Yes.
questions.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Or maybe like
Um,
the one like, do bodies in the cemetery make the water we drink taste bad?
yeah, I was looking at,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I actually, I was really surprised about the Civil War cemetery still leaching arsenic into
Yeah.
water. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, like
Right?
that's one that I didn't ever think to ask.
no, and that one's,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
But I think that's just with the older cemeteries, isn't it? Where
Yeah,
they
just
just
Right.
buried them right in the
Yeah.
Right.
ground and
The
didn't.
Civil War ones, they
Yeah.
also like
And-
shoved them full of arsenic just to get them
Exactly.
Yeah.
home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that bugs don't eat people's bones.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty strange too.
Yeah, I know they eat flesh, but I didn't realize
Yeah.
they didn't eat bones.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And with all the nature things that we watch, that's never
Never come
never
up.
been mentioned.
Have you ever watched Bones?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have.
They do use bugs a lot to clean the
To
bones.
clean the
Mhm.
bones.
Yes,
Clean
they
them,
do.
right.
About them not eating the bones.
I always
Yes.
thought they were like special bugs though. Like
Well-
maybe there are some bugs that do eat bones, but then they were using
Oh right, yeah.
Mhm.
No, but they do have the special
The beetles.
flesh-eating beetles.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same camp as you, Angie, that there were a lot of things that I didn't even, I was kind of going in with an open mind too, because there were a lot of
Mhm.
things that I didn't even think to ask.
Oh, I know. Because who would think to ask about popcorn?
Right?
Which it
And,
does
like,
not
Did
pop.
mummies stink when they were wrapped? Like, I just
Right.
assumed that they didn't. I don't
I
know
know.
why.
Same. I don't know why
Yeah.
either, but I didn't. Mm.
Or like the wrapping the body with plastic wrap
Oh
to,
right.
to
The
prevent,
corpse-
or yeah, because they leak. Because
Right.
the corpses leak.
Mhm.
Like,
Like
I actually
in the
did
funeral
know
home,
that.
like in the casket.
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
I never knew that
No,
either. I
I-
thought they drained everything out.
I thought so too.
yeah.
Then they
I
put
didn't know.
the other stuff in,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed it was in
all
there.
sealed up.
Yeah.
hmm
I never actually thought about it.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, that is one.
exactly.
Yeah, didn't think about that one.
For
It's like,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely learned a lot reading this book.
I did.
Me too.
Mhm.
I'll probably
sure.
forget it all within, 6 months.
There's a lot
but-
of different details in it, so.
Oh, for sure.
And then I guess there were a couple things that were kind of deeper, but like, what are your earliest memories of death? And do you remember how you were affected?
Thanks so much for stopping in again and joining us on our discussion of Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs by Caitlin Doty. We hope you're enjoying this, and we hope that you will drop a comment if you have any book discussions or just want to say hi or made you think of something. we would like to hear from you. So thank you so much. And until next time, happy reading.